What's up, everybody? My name is MangoPods, and well, this is probably gonna be the start of episode 4. Um, episode 3, I have to put the clips into a video editor. I really didn't want to because I'm kind of lazy, but yeah, that's not even released yet, and I'm already starting 4. So, anyways, I was kind of just like basically doing mechanism stuff, and the last clip I really made for episode 3, I was talking about how I was going to be making mechanism machines and getting like a simple setup, and I'll know whenever I was done. And I was also starting the create mod. The create mod guy, he has finished building his builder hut and is currently working on the town hall where more citizens will congregate and spawn in. So when colonists arrive, they'll kind of just vibe in the town hall until I get a tavern built, which is the next step in this mod. I think he probably wants some more roof tiles, but I'll get it to him later. I'm currently like, power is a struggle, guys. Power is a real struggle right now. Let me see. This guy doesn't want anything. He's just building away up here. So, anyways, currently what I've done is the higher those wind generators are for mechanism, the more power they produce. So I just built like a bunch of universal cables going to the sky, and they're up there. This miner is getting all sorts of stuff. I managed to like figure out how to like tell it to mine everything. So it's like mining uranium. I mean, inert crystals from elemental craft, power raw uraninite. We got lead. It just zinc, platinum, more lead, resonating ore for whatever. We even got dimensional shards, like everything, dude. Gold. It's crazy. This thing's cool, but it's slow, and power generation is a struggle. I made some of these basic generators from the FTB Industrial Contraptions, which is basically just modern day industrial craft 2. And like even the cables, oh my gosh, like they all work with other things, but like they don't exactly like connect right, and they're always just so weird looking, and gosh, it's not cool. But as long as they connect, that's all I care about. So heat generator, I put more lava in it. It didn't really do anything. I also raised that one up. I didn't want to make more cables going all the way up there, so I just kind of went there, and that's pretty much it. But I was sitting in the living room this morning watching YouTube every morning, as one does, because I don't have work tonight, and I was watching a video on a guy like making an ethylene setup. And you might be wondering like why you want to make ethylene. Well, there is a gas generator that is actually pretty good, and I want to make it. And I can literally make a harvester from Create, set up a potato, carrot, or wheat farm, and basically have a way of generating power. Like, it would make ethylene, and ethylene would power the gas generator, which would power a basic energy cube, like the one behind me here, and then we would have a power bank for our miner. Basically, the whole goal is to get this thing sped up, because the faster this thing can go, the more ores we can get, and the more mods we can work on, and the more things we can do. For example, I can just like, even if we get better power, I can make a automatic steel setup where all I have to do is throw iron in one chest and throw coal in another, and it will automatically go through the system and turn into steel. I can do double ore setups where I can take these raw ores and double them or triple them, because we got these like chunks now, and these chunks can be doubled and tripled. So yeah. Storm is currently like on the basis of setting up over there a fusion reactor for mechanism, but like I can't really help him with that. If I got a steel setup going, I could help him, but currently he doesn't really have much time to get on, so I'm kind of just stuck sitting here, have to do most of the stuff myself, which is fine, because there's a lot of stuff that I've always let my friends do, and like say, okay, you work on that section, you work on that section, Cake, you do magic, Storm, you do power, Jacob, you help me with basic machines and tools and stuff, Jacob, you get us armor and good tools, and I'll work on getting us machines and automatic setups going. And we'd all go under different avenues. Cake is currently doing school, and so is Storm, and both of them really don't have much time. Cake can't really get on at all, but Storm can only get on maybe like once or twice a week. Jacob gets on, but like he can't do much himself. In fact, I'll go ahead and call him. But anyways, I'm gonna kind of like start working on this ethylene production and getting some create mod stuff set up, and I will let y'all know whenever I'm done, and like kind of update y'all whenever I've gotten to a bit of an update point. So yeah, I'll see y'all then. Alrighty, so to update y'all on what I've done since starting episode 4, I forgot to mention this hat earlier was given to me by this guy. He's called like Caucasian Male or something, FTP. He was gonna like help build a castle over here, but I'm still on the fence. I'm trying to again convince the owner to up the file size to use the schematic table for the create mod so I can make a schematic cannon and just, you know, automatically build it. But a part of me really just wants to make the Stark Tower, even if that means downloading Lightmatica, getting all the resources and building it by hand, just because I think it would be cool to have like a reactor at the bottom, have like security rooms, different like levels for different doors and different mods and elevator block. I think it would be really, really, really cool to have just a giant Stark Tower going up to the sky right here, you know? Use it as a modded base. I think it would be sick. It's just a lot of resources, a lot of time. But anyways, let me kind of explain to y'all what I've done. So earlier I was showing y'all I made these little generators that generate power. Well, I end up just breaking down and I looked up on how to make an ethylene setup. So ethylene is a gas for a mechanism, and basically it goes into the gas spreading generator and that turns into straight up power. Currently, I think it's using up its supplies because let me explain the process. So you got a crusher and you basically put like crops into this chest, and the crops go from the chest into the crusher and it turns into biofuel. Biofuel is then pulled from the crusher into the pressurized reaction chamber, and the pressurized reaction chamber is hooked up with two pipes. One of them's water and the other one comes from the electrolytic separator. So if you give the electrolytic separator water, it turns it into hydrogen, and oxygen we just basically dump. Hydrogen is then pulled into the pressurized reaction chamber along with water, which comes from the cooking from Blockhead sink, and that turns into combined with biofuel turns into ethylene. Currently only have one piece, and basically the ethylene is then pulled from that reaction chamber into the gas burning, and it burns, and then giving us enough power to be able to hold 8 speed cards in here. And look how fast it's just mining away. Like, I already had to like empty this chest once, but just look at all these ores. Like, basically I'm ready to make like a double or tripling ore setup now with mechanism, and we will literally have infinite ores. That's how OP this digital miner is. That's why I said in episode 2 digital miner is love, digital miner is life, because it is the key to getting all of our ores set up. So anyways, you might be wondering, what's this going underground? Well, this is something I just made. I had to give somebody a diamond block, basically, and they gave me 4 allthemodium nuggets. So allthemodium is an ore that you can't mine with the digital miner or any like multi-block miner. You actually have to mine it by hand in the mining dimension, and it's found at a certain level. It's one of the kind of not really endgame, but I guess endgame. It's a really rare ore. You can also find vibranium, which is kind of on the same equivalent, but it's in the nether. We actually our nether portal's in the biome that we need to find vibranium, but regardless, basically I gave him a diamond block. He gave me 4 allthemodium nuggets, and I made one of these builders. So these builders, if I put a shape card in it from the clearing quarry, if I mark like an area like over here and like in the back corner back here, it will literally trim all this down for me. It will make me flat land that I can then use for mine colonies. So speaking of mine colonies, I got a farm, which basically I'm just trying to get more citizens. The game has to give me more citizens. Currently I only have 1 guy, but I made a farm, so whenever I do, I can get a farmer and we can plant some carrots or potatoes and basically just have an infinite food source, because the farmer will sit there and farm all the potatoes and not only feed the citizens, but you know, I'll be able to use it myself. Currently I'm working towards garden closures though from immersive engineering. If you feed them power, they can grow stuff super fast. Especially if I put a good dirt in there. So that is what this over here is. This is just a coke oven. You put a block of coal in here, and over time, or you can put regular coal. Over time, it will give you a block of coal coke. Coal coke is used for a lot of immersive engineering recipes at the beginning of the game. And it gives you a byproduct of creosote oil, which I have then got a basic fluid tank and some mechanical pipes and hooked up to this, and it is basically giving me creosote oil. Creosote oil will help me make treated planks, treated sticks, treated fences, slabs, and that is used for a lot of like mechanical components and stuff for most of immersive engineering. I'm slurring my words, but I made an engineer's workbench, and the problem is I made a blueprint, but I don't like know how to use this. So even if I have all these resources for these different things, like it's not changing to what I want it to change to. I don't really know how to like specify which one of these I want to make. I'm currently watching a tutorial right now on that. Well, I was, but I switched over to because I want to get this builder going and have this builder just mining away at these this land over here for me, so I'll have a bunch of land to put mine colony stuff in to build walls and whatnot, which I will be using the schematic cannon for. If I can't use it for the Stark Tower, I'll definitely be putting walls around the entire area, and theoretically I could even just chop away at all this. Like literally I could just build like a really pretty retention wall at the very back here and just let it chop away at all the stone, grass, and just everything under here after I chop back some of these trees, and I can completely clear out my claim and kind of like just flatten it out and have just a giant piece of flat land. I can plant trees back, so you know I'm not completely deforesting everything, but this is just one of those mod packs where if you really want to get into everything, you need a lot of space to do it. And whenever I play mod packs, I really like love having extravagant bases. It just takes time. In previous all the mods like 3, all the mods 6 and stuff, we kind of just like built the base. All the mods 6, Storm really built the base, and I only played for like half the pack. I did some episodes, but they're all unlisted now because they weren't really edited down, and Storm wasn't going to edit them for me, so I just kind of, you know, whatever. I do have a couple of them though. Anyways, this one though, I'm gonna have to just go into my video editing program and shove all the clips together, regretfully, even though I'm kind of lazy. But that's kind of the update so far. Just basically getting into machines. I'm gonna start getting into ore doubling and stuff like that. That's kind of the next process of this. I'm actually, let me kind of show y'all all the different blocks I got from this right here. This is where I put all the ores back, and see, I put some of this stuff because I'm just unorganized as crap. This is everything that I got from all that stuff. Now let me remind you, this is raw ore. Uranium, which surprisingly isn't radioactive. You'd think it would be, but no. We got aluminum blocks, platinum, inert crystal from Elemental Craft, charcoal, dark excronium, or all sorts of stuff, you know. I don't know why that's in there, but you know, iron, diamond, gold, just a bunch of stuff. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Anyways, I'll kind of like probably do one more update, and then I will probably end the video, and that will be kind of episode 4 or probably episode 3, you know, because I would like to just skip over everything. I don't know. Like, I recorded episode 3 so sporadically, I do not know. But regardless, this will either be episode 3 or episode 4. I mean, at the end of the day, I've just been, you know, making a couple machines, which I made this sawmill earlier, which gave me sawdust if I put logs in it, and that gives me planks. And I made the cardboard box, which was then rendered useless, and I stuck it right there. Basically, you can just box up a chest and put it somewhere else. Instead, I had to make something called packing tape, which is in my backpack here. It's right there. And it works the same way, but it does a lot more, because I think there's like some sort of storage limit on the boxes for Mechanism because of corruption or something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'll update y'all whenever I have some more stuff done, and yeah, I'm gonna pause it. So see you then.